Hello, all. Welcome to Align Divine Spiritual Ministry. My name is Mon Shay, and boy, do I have a message for the collective today. All right. All are welcome who have peace in all beliefs and who've come to embrace their faith in a safe space. So, the message that I received to give to you is all of your fears are based on past experiences, whether that is present experiences or past life experiences, if you guys understand the truth of reincarnation and that our experiences, our mother's experiences, our father experiences, trickle down to our offsprings. Okay, so a fear that your great 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 grandmother grandfather could have had, you end up having down the line. You know what I'm saying? It shows up in the grandchildren. So I was like, okay, so I was just asking God to like send me a verse. All right, so I was like, okay, so all of your fears are based on past life experience, right? What is the definition of experience? Now, my definition, when I think of experience, I think of wisdom. And the actual definition, when you Google it, is practical contact with an observation of facts or events. Okay? So, if you have spiritual gifts and abilities of divination, all these things are spoken of in the Bible. It was Ezekiel, I believe, that T.D. Jakes was talking about in one of his sermons. And he was talking about the bones, and he was talking about the Jews. And they were having all these pictures of like Jewish people during the Holocaust and things of that nature. And he was saying that to me, that what I was receiving from it, I didn't really resonate with it. I love T.D. Jakes, but I didn't really resonate with it because, you know, being Jewish isn't a ethnicity. It's a religion. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I was like, okay, he was like, the bones of our past ancestors. Those are not our past ancestors. And if anybody knows anything about karma, it's messed up. I don't believe that any women, children, or no one should be murdered. But they weren't murdered. They weren't. The Holocaust wasn't on us. I mean, it was about us, but it wasn't on us. We didn't do it. Those were like your own people, same skin, culture, whatever you want to call it. So I was like, I love the Bible. I love all things Christ. You know what I'm saying? The consciousness, the awareness, the belief, the peace to all. But it's like, why are there so many lies? Why do we not get our time? You know what I'm saying? And this could just be me speaking because, you know what I'm saying, I'm of, you know, ancestral hue. Okay, we can put it like that. So let's keep going. So synonyms for experience: knowledge. Okay, so I was on there. Look, I said wisdom, but that's the know. Something that you know. Practical contact with an observation of fact or event. Okay, it's something that you experienced. All right. That's why I've always said, like, people who try to attack people for their beliefs and things of that nature, it's like, but you don't know. It's like, what you practice shouldn't affect other people's peace. Okay? Because if the God that you serve is really, look, showing you, you showing up, you doing the work, and so is the God that you serve, then I don't see how anyone could possibly ever be an enemy. Yeah, we understand their existence. We understand the polarity. Another synonym for experience: exposure. Okay, something you've been exposed to. Okay, involvement or involved in. Okay, it's not telephone. Do you believe anything? It's like you don't even believe a lot of things. You don't take, some of us don't take whatever someone says and run with it. Just believe it. You try to find out some facts. Okay, you try to find out other people's involvement. Okay, and not saying that I have not been victim of that before, because your girl is not perfect. Okay, so it's crazy how people try to preach perfection when you're not perfect. Let people believe what they want to believe. Please. Another synonym for experience, familial, God, I cannot say this word real quick. Hold on, familiarity. I'm from Texas, y'all, so excuse me. Familiarity. All right? Contact, something that you're familiar with. Experience, past, but we still need to remember the fear. Okay? That's why people hold on to fear, because they're familiar with it. You hold on to that toxic relationship because you're familiar with it. You hold on to those toxic, low vibrational family members because you're familiar with them. You've had involvement. You've been exposed. This is all you know. All of your fears are based on past life experiences. You're afraid of heights. Okay? You don't go deep sea diving. There's a reason why. Whoo! It's like, why am I too afraid to step outside my box? Because all of your fears are based on past life experiences. Y'all, ooh, I have to get that one out. That felt good too. We have another synonym for experience is practice. All right? Practicing what we teach, what we preach. Okay? It takes practice. Okay? Training. Another synonym for experience is training. Okay? Life and love is a practice. Okay? Only practice brings mastery. All right, collective? All right, so let's get into this verse. I'll give you some time. It's Luke 19, verse 38. Verse 38. All right? So y'all forgive me, okay, for some of these pronunciations, because look, when God say go, I say go. All right? I know it's extra, but okay, let's see. Verse 38. Blessed be the King that cometh in the name of the Lord. Peace in heaven and glory in the highest. And some of the Pharisees from among the multitude said unto him, Master, rebuke thy disciples. And he said unto them, I tell you that if these should hold their peace, the stones would immediately cry out. All right? So we'll get more into this chapter, because how I summarize this, it just showed me that who are you or anybody else to tell someone that what you were sent here to do is not what you should be doing? Especially if they're not even in their life purpose. I'm like, I'm going to need you to find out what God has placed upon you to do. Okay? All of your fears are based on past life experiences. And this is what's going on. Okay? And when he was come near, he beheld the city and wept over it, saying, If thou hast known, even thou, at least in this thy day, the things which belong unto thy peace. But now they are hid from thine eyes. For the day shall come upon thee that thine enemy shall cast a trench about thee, and compass thee round, and keep thee in on every side. So ambush you, okay? And shall lay thee even with the ground, and thy children within thee, and they shall not leave in thee one stone upon another. So this is people just trying to destroy you, destroy your things, destroy anything about you. This is hatred. Because thou knowest not the time of thy visitation. Okay? And that's just basically saying that some of us are placed in times where people aren't ready for you. They're not ready for your awareness. They're not ready for your prophecy. They're not ready for your gifts. They're not ready for your talents. They're not ready for your experience. Whew, God is good. They're not ready for your experience. Let me write that down. All right, look. Y'all sit down and relax. All right? Whew, I just need, Gotta hit the bell. Gotta hit the bell, y'all. Take a deep breath, okay? Because we in here today. All right, I ain't got that much storage, y'all. So if y'all want to donate to the ministry, all right, everything you need to know is in the menu box below. So yes, y'all. We looking at 29 minutes, okay, and 11 seconds on this video. I tried to do 30 minutes just to, it's there. I'll get to, the hour sermons, but we gonna get there, y'all. All right, and I am very thankful for your patience with me during the beginning of my journey. Okay, so thank you so much, and peace be with you always. All right, so we are on verse 45. And he went into the temple and began to cast out them that sold therein, and them that bought, saying unto them, it is written, my house is the house of prayer, but ye have made it into a den of thieves. What are they stealing? And he taught daily in the temple, but the chief priests and the scribes and the chief of the people sought to destroy him, and could not find what they might do, for all the people were very attentive to hear them. So to hear him. So it just sounds like the priests and the scribes who have turned God's house into a den of thieves, narcissistic people. Anytime you go to any type of religious anything, I have gotten the most judgment, hatred, and everything from people who practice religion. That's why this is a spiritual ministry. There's nothing wrong with the word. There's nothing wrong with the book. The book is telling you everything that you need to know. That's facts. But a lot of people don't read them like that because they're too afraid. Okay? Because they were cast out, ostracized. Now you're a pedophile. Now you're this. Now you're that. Nobody wants other people to think that about them. That's where it comes with experience. What experience? What involvement? Do your investigations. You're sitting up here believing what the people say on the news and stuff about certain people. Some of it, yes, is true. But wait till it happens to you. And nobody thinks about it like that. They don't think about that judgment until that judgment is placed upon them. That's why it says, thou shalt not judge. Why is everybody judging? You're still judging. Does it? Yeah, the book says don't judge. It don't matter what else it says. Everybody who wrote a script in this book had their own experiences, their own fears. You're basing all of your opinions and your judgments off of other people's opinions and fears from years and years. Everything is always changing and evolving, and I know this book has that in here. I like for God to send me places in the book to go. I don't go looking. I wait till God sends it to me. That's when the message is clear, the message is potent, and you know what I'm saying? It's going to do what it needs to do. So Luke 20, and it came to pass that on one of those days, excuse me, And it came to pass that on one of those days, as he taught the people in the temple and preached the gospel, the chief priests and the scribes came upon him with the elders and spoke unto him, saying, Tell us, by what authority dost thou these things? Who gave you the right? As if we ever needed anybody but Christ. Yeah, who else do I need? Who are you? So now you're Christ. And spake unto him, saying, Tell us, by what authority dost thou these things? Or who is he that gave thee this authority? Okay, this is supposed to be figuratively, right? Because who gave you the authority? The same person that gave you the authority. The same one. Okay? And he answered and said unto them, I will also ask you one thing, and answer me. The baptism of John, was it from heaven or was it from man? Because guess what? There were more than one Christ. There was more than one prophet. We need them. We need them. And they reasoned with themselves, saying, if we say from heaven, he will say, why then believed ye him not? Okay? So if it was good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Why then believe it? Okay. But verse 6, and if we say of him, all the people will stone us, for they be persuaded that John was a prophet. Yes, it is. It is. So they're contemplating this in their head because they don't want to say the wrong thing. Forgive me, y'all. Try to tell my daughter she ruined my laptop now. She dropped tea on it. That's why she's bored, and I have to use both of my devices. Okay? So now she's interrupting my sermon, but we'll get back on here. Not too much of an interruption because I love my daughter, but when I'm channeling, when I'm trying to get the message out, y'all know how it is. Look. Little kid. All right? So give me a second, y'all. All right. Get it together. Verse 6, and if we say of man, all the people will stone us, okay? For they be persuaded that John was a prophet. So he was anointed by God, okay, to preach the gospel. And they answered that they would not tell whence it was. So they didn't have an answer. And Jesus said unto them, neither tell I you by what authority I do these things. Like, Jesus was a thug. I don't gotta tell you who. You know what I'm saying? That's what I said, the thieves. You're trying to take someone else's birthright, someone else's right to preach, to teach, to receive the abundance of God because you're greedy. You're gonna like this man's gain is your failure because you're being greedy. I'm not even gonna address it. You can take all that in the room with you and be very quiet when you do it, because this is my second time. Okay, we on verse 9, Luke 20. Then began he to speak to the people this parable. A certain man planted a vineyard and led it forth to husbandmen and went into a far country for a long time. Y'all, I love this one. Oh, I gotta hurry up. And at the season, he sent a servant to the husbandmen that they should give him of the fruit of the vineyard. But the husbandmen beat him and sent him away empty. And again, he sent another servant, and they beat him also, and retreated him shamefully, and sent him away empty. Okay? And again, he sent a third messenger, and they wounded him also, and cast him out. Then said the Lord of the vineyard, what shall I do? I will send my beloved son. Okay? Jesus wasn't the only one to make sacrifices. It may be they will reverence him when they see him. They may do the same thing to him too. Verse 14, but when the husbandmen saw him, they reasoned among themselves, saying, this is the heir come. Let us kill him, that the inheritance may be ours. Greedy thieves. The temple was not only just a place of residence, it's the whole world. It's the whole earth. We can be outside. Verse 15. So they cast him out of the vineyard and killed him. Look, Luke is already prophesizing what is going to happen. We know who they did this to. This is how he knew. Look, what he was meant to do and what they were going to do. You came before your time. Now, it will be interesting to know if Luke was written before or after the death of Christ. I would love to know that, because then that would blow my mind. And it would further solidify, verify. So, verse 15, so they cast him out of the vineyard and killed him. What therefore shall the Lord of the vineyard do unto them? He shall come and destroy these husbandmen, and shall give the vineyard to others for all. It shouldn't only just belong to one person if everybody is starving. And when they heard it, they said, God forbid. And he beheld them and said, you still ain't got out of here. It's crazy to me. What is this then that is written? The stone which the builders rejected, the same is become the head of the corner. Karma. Whosoever shall fall upon that stone shall be broken. But on whosoever it shall fall, it will grind him to powder. Repentance. Because they said, God forbid. So, yeah. This is why this balance of spiritual law, they understand the balance. That's what happens. If you kill people, your people will be killed. Just like I talked about in the beginning of this video. Okay? All truth ain't glitters and love and rainbows. Chief priests and the scribes, Luke chapter 20, verse 19. And the chief priest and the scribes the same hour sought to lay hands on him, and they feared the people, for they perceived that he had spoken this parable against them. All of your fears are based on past life experiences. So you understand the power of prophecy, and they feared that. They're acting out of fear, hurting people, acting out of fear. There are righteous warriors, righteous justice. And they watched him and sent forth spies, which should form themselves just men. Look at this. You telling me, look, they had the investigation channel, look, involvement, exposure, familiar contact, people with training, experience, to dress up like they weren't spies, to go spy on you. This could be your friends. You know what I'm saying? You know, family, don't tell nobody. Verse 20, and they watched him and sent forth spies which should form themselves just men, that they might take hold of his words, that so they might deliver him unto the power and authority of the governor. Okay, look. They want to understand what he meant by the prophecy. They want to steal his prophecy and put him in jail. And they asked him, saying, Master, we know that thou sayest and teachest rightly. Neither acceptest thou the person of any, but teachest the way of God truly. 22, it is lawful for us to give tribute unto Caesar or no. But he perceived their craftiness and said unto them, why temptest ye me? So these are the people he's trying to convince to do these things. And they're like, he teaches rightly. They're confused as to why this master, governor, elect, whoever is in power is telling them to do this to this person. Shew me a penny whose image and superscription hath it. They answered, he said, Caesar's. Look, who's on the money? Who got the money? Who's the real God? Told you it's narcissist. And he said unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the things which be Caesar's, and unto God the things which be God's. Is there any really separation? Do you take this with you when you die in the afterlife? Everything is God's. Nothing is yours. It's why we should share how we give and we receive. Everything is God. That's why no matter how much you can take from somebody, even their life, they will still come back. That's exactly why when Jesus died, he came back. Showing them they have no authority. Who gave you authority? Are you bringing people back from the dead? I think you have too much fear, okay, to even seek. Take a peek.